So you would welcome an XRP ETF then?
We would certainly welcome it, and I think it's inevitable that there'll be, multiple ETFs around different tokens. And I think you'll even see ETFs potentially around baskets that also, I think, further diversify that risk.
Are you in talks with the largest issuers, particularly BlackRock, to get this done?
Well, I'm not going to comment on that. I know BlackRock has said some things publicly. We think it makes sense for the XRP community overall. Ripple obviously is a very important stakeholder in the XRP ecosystem, but we're not the only player. And look, we've seen, before the SEC lawsuit, XRP was the second most valuable digital asset. I think because of the headwinds of that lawsuit, we've now seen that largely abate. But the long-term view on these things is about, how do you create utility and really solve real-world problems with these different digital assets?
Now, the ETF, obviously, that was something. Usually it likes the Fed to ease, so you just said some positive things about that maybe for more printing. But I said, and I was just throwing out a number. We're at 50. I said, what you said it might be strong for the remainder of the year.
Yes.
I said 75. What did you say to me?
I think it's, could be as high as 150,000 this year.
So double what I thought was.
Yeah.
150,000, so we're tripling at this point.
Yeah, because you've got demand improving with the ETF, and you have the supply shrinking with the halvening. And if monetary policy eases, which we expect, that's supportive of risk assets. And Bitcoin's holding up. That's another reason why I don't think a drawdown is going to start that soon. Bitcoin's been rallying the last couple of weeks.
Wow. So take that to the bank.
Those are big numbers. I don't know anymore.
And are you let me just go back. Are you in the camp of this is like a $500,000 valued
over the next
over 5 years? Are you?
Yeah, it is sound money, and I think it's proving to be useful. And
Proving to be useful how?
Well,
it's very useful if you're an investor right now.
Yes, it's been a great store value. It's been a good risk asset. It's also incredibly secure. There hasn't been a single fraudulent entry on the blockchain since inception. I don't think any bank can say that's true of their P&L and accounting. 6% of banking transactions are suspicious. 0% on the Bitcoin.
What did Gensler say?
And we have Brad Garlinghouse speaking of the XRP Spot ETF. And he basically says the same thing as Larry Fink. Guys, everything's going to be tokenized and put on blockchain, and ETFs are going to make that happen. And then, of course, we have Tom Lee from Fundstrat speaking of 150,000 Bitcoin. All these predictions. Guys, what do? That's right, we follow the Fed, because they'll never steer us wrong. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now let's get into the video.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread it all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. Now, we had the Fed signal rate cuts, but remember, guys, they haven't cut rates yet. So like I told you, I definitely see a big pullback in the first quarter. Then the master magician set up a distraction so the Fed can cut rates, and then we move up. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto pulling back. Guys, we know this week we always have a roller coaster ride going into Bitcoin futures. Remember, February is a short month. Bitcoin futures contracts end this Friday, so we know we're on that roller coaster ride. So make sure you're paying attention to the actual indicators. Right now, we have yield rates, the front end moving up, long end moving down. And they continue to manipulate yields. We know why, so to keep this market going. And then we have the dollar made a move up, slightly moving back right now, but did make that move up. We have volume and crypto up. We have Tether and USDC. Now we have Circle's USDC will no longer be supported on Tron blockchain. Customers' transfers of USDC to other blockchains will be supported through February, while retail users and other non-Circle customers can move their USDC on Tron using exchanges. But guys, this shouldn't be surprising because Tron is nothing but another stablecoin. And they're geared towards the emerging markets. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And then guys, we have the Fed repo at $530 billion. And we have the Fed minutes come out today. So we're going to see how the mainstream media twists and turns what the Fed says. But at the end of the day, guys, we know the Fed is not ready to cut rates yet. And then plus, we know we have to have that big distraction in order to give them that excuse to move rates back. The same way last time they moved rates all the way to zero. We know that came because of the C word. They had started moving rates up. The market was starting to crash. And then all of a sudden, we get the distraction. We know the NWO are the master magicians, and we know we're headed towards that distraction again. But remember, guys, this is an election year. They'll save it towards the end of the year or starting in the beginning of next year. But like I told you, because the Fed wasn't cutting rates this quarter, we would have a decent pullback, and we're definitely still going to get that pullback in stocks and cryptos. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, guys, do not forget the Bitcoin spot ETFs. We have BlackRock, Fidelity, Grayscale, of course, pulling back. We have Van Eck volume on this spot. Bitcoin ETF gets a good surge. But getting over into a little crypto news. We have Liquid Restaking Protocol Puffer rakes in $1 billion in deposits in just 3 weeks. And guys, remember, staking was under attack, and I told you in the 4th Industrial Revolution, staking would be so important. Always keep it simple. Staking is like interest, dividends. You can do so much with it. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And lastly, guys, we have Stellar starts phase rollout of Soroban smart contracts. And make sure you catch the early video I did yesterday on Mbridge. Because with the smart contract, guys, you can put conditions on the money, on your payments. So programmable money is going to change everything that we do. But then also, guys, we know it gives the NWO total control over the sheep. And remember, the crypto teacher told you that they're going to be told what, when, and how to buy, and they have 3 to 6 months to spend it or poof, it's gone. And you know the crypto teacher gives you the truth, nothing but the truth. Yes, the truth hurts, but it sets you free. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books, Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID stories 3. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.